Hey everyone, Jack Tagger93 here, and today we're doing something a bit different. Now Blood has been showing a lot of love lately on GOG. There's been new patches for it. There was that new version, Blood Fresh Supply, put up that I highly recommend everyone get and download and play. And I even did a playthrough of it. Well, not quite. I actually did a death run where I played the first episode until I died, and I died pretty quickly because that game is pretty hard. But I started thinking more about Blood, and I really was interested in the story of Blood back in the day, and I remember there was a sequel that expanded upon Caleb and the events after Blood, and that was Blood 2. Now, from what I remember about Blood 2, the premise is it takes place in the future. It's more of a cyberpunk dystopian future, which is pretty good. I dig that aesthetic. Horror and cyberpunk are two genres that aren't blended nearly enough, in my opinion. And that's what The Chosen does, which is part 2 of Blood. It blends the supernatural horror of Blood with a cyberpunk world. So, in a nutshell, the cabal that Blood was about, that Caleb put down in Blood 1, they have a new leader named Gideon, and he turned that cult into an Illuminati, and they pretty much control this dystopian world. And it's up to Caleb to put him down. And that's what we're going to do. Now here you can pick different characters. I'm going to just go with Caleb. And this game is pretty hard. So I'm going to do Genocide. Now, this game is hard like how Blood 1 was hard. But also it's hard too because, well, it's not really all that finished. It's kind of like Daikatana in some ways, where Daikatana also, in the first few levels, has a cyberpunk aesthetic to it, and a lot of really cool ideas, but it's a flawed product. And here we get a flawed product as well. It's more like, actually, that's not really like Daikatana, it's more like Vampire Bloodlines, where what happened was the developers were saying, we're not quite done, we need more time, but they didn't get that from the publisher. The publisher just said, just push it out, we got a merger happening. And they pushed out the game even though they knew it wasn't really quality at all. So it's an unfinished game. You're going to notice while I'm playing this that enemies, as soon as they see me, will open up and their accuracy is really good. So I'm hoping to get through Chapter 1 on 1 life. I probably will die somewhere near the end of it though. But we'll see. Or I might just die by some fluke. Because there are glitches here too. By the way, this game was a pain in the butt to get running on a modern system. I'm going to have links to what I did in the description if you are interested in playing this game. But yeah, even if after you get it off of GOG, there's some finagling you might have to do. Also, even with the patch and everything else, this game still doesn't run too well. I got it running okay on its current resolution, but some resolution settings will still cause it to crash. So anyway, let's get on with it.
Gideon, your guest conductor.
There's Gideon.
Hold on tight. The ride might get a little bloody.
Flash is a Highlander too. Yep.
Looks like there's killing to do.
Now, one thing I should mention is this game, just like in this game, just like in the first one, you can replenish your health by taking out the hearts of individuals. So typically, I don't like killing innocent people, but if you want to survive, you gotta do what you gotta do. Nom. And you eat their heart. And I think Caleb's health can go up to 200. You got a heart? No? Let's check. Organs, no heart. Okay, not every single dude has a heart. Also, hearts will be located in some weird areas too, like garbage cans and whatnot, so we're gonna keep an eye out for those, because that's how we're gonna keep alive here. Just like with the first game, Blood isn't really about cover. It's more about quick reflexes. You are more than likely going to get hit by most of the stuff in the game, but you want to make sure you're always in the positive. So what I mean is, if you get spotted by an enemy, you take damage, but hopefully they drop a heart, or someone soon drops a heart, so you replenish more health than you lost. Same for ammunition as well too. So I'm going to stop gabbing and we're going to get on with this runaway train.
Transit is a no-smoking environment. Please
Oh, you son of a bitch.
central intercity transit system is getting a facelift. Muggings are down 13%, down mediums are down 6%, trains are down 2%, mass journeys are down 37%.
Alright, looks like Gideon got away, but that was, it's a weird level, actually, for our first level. It's very short, and it's kind of a level you'd expect to see, like, in a, like, between levels. You could open on a train, but you gotta have more flavor to maybe explain the world around, you know, what's happening. You could do that, kind of like what they do in Half-Life, but, yeah, just very odd that this game opens with that kind of, level. But here we're going to get to the mean streets, and I believe we visited this area a few times.
You look like hell.
I'd shoot you.
This is not my day.
No, I'm going to leave you alone, buddy. I'm going to leave you alone, because I'm at full health. I don't need you. That's one thing, too. I will encounter civilians, and sometimes I won't shoot them, or I won't kill them. Not because I'm being nice, but I want them to stay right there in case I have to backtrack and get health. So, you're a nice little meat sack for me later.
Hey, I think the train is out. You know what? Maybe we should catch a cab.
This can't be happening. I'm gonna be late for work.
The nice thing, too, is, again, I don't like being a jerk in games, but the civilians you can kill and eat their hearts, they act like self-entitled idiots, which, again, is common for a dystopian theme, I suppose.
Don't have much luck with trains, do you?
You just made your second mistake.
I'm not sure if you guys just saw that, but our boy Gideon is just standing right there on top of the escalator, and Caleb was on another escalator going backwards, so Caleb's talking as he's completely out of shot now. But yeah, we're at the bottom of the escalator, so we just kind of stop and we're going like that as we're talking to Gideon, the big bad. Just kind of funny. Yeah, did I mention this game isn't really polished? Yeah, there's our company, Cabal Co., the evil cabal that's back as the Illuminati and apparently controls this world.
Make the hurting stop.
One thing I gotta watch with this game too, sometimes you'll walk over a weapon and you don't pick it up. You have to like walk right over it and make sure you grab it. Don't miss anything or else you're gonna be in trouble here.
You gonna bark all day, little doggy, or you gonna bite?
He had it coming. I was debating this dark side fellow looking bastard. He was just standing there. I'm like, he's probably homeless. I'll leave him alone. But then he said what he said, and I was like, I just had to pull the trigger then.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, just like in Blood. In Blood 2, a lot of the weapons have alternate fire modes, but the alternate fire mode on the SMG is kind of crappy. I mean, it's kind of cool because you do that animation there, but all it does is a slower rate of fire. It supposedly makes it more accurate, but with the SMG, I like getting up close anyway, so most of the... Alright, we just got caught by a flare. So we just gotta douse ourselves in the water here. Not a big deal, Caleb. Suck it up. Yep, just had to backtrack for that guy's heart. Not a big deal. Oh, I missed that gun. See what I mean? If you're not careful, you'll miss items. And those items are valuable.
I don't know. He just stuck his head in too far, I guess.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, Mr. Talib. I'm with a market research firm, and we're doing a survey on computer games. This call is not an attempt to sell you anything. First question, are you currently or have you ever been a character in a computer game?
You've gotta be kidding.
Yeah, I love the voice acting in this. Just like in Duke and other build engine games, you can interact with different things. Now, this here... Guys, move out of the... go away. Shoot. What do you got? Are you running or are you just jazzercising? What's going on? You know what? You all have this coming. Not sorry. Alright, there was a life seed there that boosts us to 300 temporarily.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Every now and then you'll hear a microwave ding, which is the objectives. So we gotta bounce and hop up this alley over here. Not a big deal.
The Lafayette Museum of Antiquities is now closed. Normal operating hours are 3 to 5 p.m. daily. Admission is $17. Please keep your children on a leash at all times. Thank you.
Locked. Locked.
I don't know what it is, but I really don't like how Caleb
Locked.
says locked in part 2. It sounds better. It's a weird nitpick, but I liked his famous locked from Blood 1 than Blood 2, but whatever. Same voice actor. I just grabbed willpower. Not sure what that does.
The Lafayette Antiquities Museum.
Today I witness the fall of the great betrayer.
Alright, so Gideon's hologram, or whatever that was. Ooh. It mentioned the Great Betrayer, which is me. In Blood 1, Caleb murders Chernobog, which is a god, an elder god. He was part of the Cabal, this cult that worshipped Chernobog back in the early 1900s, with a few other friends as well. And I think one of them was Ophelia, Gabriella, and one other one. But anyway, they're part of this cult devoted to Chernobog, but Chernobog killed you for reasons. It was to make you stronger, actually. I'm not going to explain the whole thing now. It's kind of convoluted. Well, not really, but well, okay. The idea is Chernobog realized that Caleb gets stronger the more he kills, so he wanted to set Caleb on a murder spree to come to him. So when he comes to Chernobog will kill Caleb and somehow inherit his power, I guess via quickening? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you're the great betrayer, and Gideon, who wants to resurrect the Cabal, wants to kill you so he can do so, because he knows that you'll never allow it to happen. Actually, at the end of Blood 1, when you kill Chernobog, one of the cultists actually encounters you and wants to worship you as the new god, but you just murdered the cultist because you just want to end this terrible cult. But yeah, Gideon wants to bring it back, and you're not going to let him do that.
Damn it. Make the hurting stop.
I apologize if you keep hearing sirens. I do live near a firehouse, so I'm not sure if that's come through or not.
Oh, you son of a...
Slow death! You will die a slow, slow death! You don't stand a chance!
Make the hurting stop.
One thing I don't really like about Blood 2 that I loved in Blood 1 was the different versions of armor you can get that had different attributes. Here you don't have that, you just have straight up armor. Now, with the enemies we're fighting, they are actually under mind control by Gideon, actually. There's some sort of implant in them or something like that by this evil Cabal cult. So, yeah, they indoctrinate their followers with, you know, occult beliefs and whatnot, but they also use technology to keep them brain controlled.
You will be purged. The Cabal will live again! You will die.
Oh my god, boys, it's Chernobog. That's actually the, I'm not sure if that's the exact model, but that's very similar to the model that you fight at the end of Blood 1, Chernobog, the Elder God. And it's a display devoted to him. It's really cool. I also really like that painting behind him, actually. I'm sure that's probably from something, I don't recognize it, but it looks like it's part of a painting, but I just really like how that looks. Okay, then that moves. Does the painting get blown up? I hope not. Yeah, it does. Damn it. I really like how that looked. Alright. Well, we just killed Chernobog again. I guess we gotta go down.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
We won't hurt you. Come out. We won't hurt you. You don't stand a chance.
Feels like if I use momentum, I should be able to get over this fence here. I'm not sure we're supposed to, though. I don't think so. Nah. Alright, nice. We got ourselves a double-barreled shotgun in both hands. That's pretty cool. Here's Gideon
Time
again.
to die, chosen one.
What the hell is this?
That's unexpected.
Over here,
I
buddy.
guess I'll need to recalibrate the singularity settings.
Caleb?
Gabriel?
Gabriella. It's a long story.
Save it for someone who cares.
Is
I
that
care.
any way to greet an old friend?
Things have changed, but I don't need to tell you that.
I need to go with you. Find out what's going on.
You're not my type.
Looked in the mirror lately? You'll not catch yourself.
I love that. The microwave ting when Gabriel or Gabriella disappears out of there. But I do care. I do want to know what's up with Gabriel or Gabriella.
That's gotta hurt.
It's a very interesting thing. Now, Gabriel was one of the Cabal members that was killed in Blood 1 at the very beginning. But he comes back, and he is now a she. Now, that's awesome if, like... I don't know what the story is. Maybe Gabriella is, is trans or non-binary. Caleb says trans rights, badass. That might be it. I don't know. But the Archangel Gabriel, and this goes back to my parochial school roots. Yeah, I know. I was a Catholic school kid and I played games like this. But the Archangel Gabriel is one that appears kind of very non-binary, gender non-binary in art depictions and in biblical depictions as well, and other things as well, where it's usually used with male pronouns for Gabriel the angel, but also appears very feminine as well too. So them doing that with Gabriel and Gabriella just makes a lot of sense, I feel. Again, I'm not sure. I mean, for all I know, it could be... I might be reading too much into it, and really they just changed the gender because they thought it would be more marketable. I don't know. Could be anything. Alright, yep. Moving on. Alright, we gotta go back to the laundromat. Now, the good news is, the people at the laundromat, don't worry. I don't think Gideon's gonna harm them because we kind of already turned him into sauce earlier. So, that's how we do. Can't kill innocent civilians if you already murder them, right?
Oh, you're dead. Who's next? Locked.
Alright, now if you're hearing sirens, it's actually not me at all. It is the game. There are sirens in the background. The world of Blood 2 isn't completely lawless. They do have, I'm sure, fine, upstanding officers maintaining law and order. We don't see any of them, though. which is interesting. You think they'd go to... Oh, shit. I gotta get out of the water. I gotta... Ah, damn it.
Wouldn't do that.
Ah, you son of a... These guys are assholes. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, okay, moving on.
When I was young, we didn't have any singularity generators. We had to kill the dredge priest with our bare hands, and we liked it. You'd reach up and grab his bone leaves and rip it off.
Dude, it sounds kind of like me when people ask me about my opinions about New Doom. By the way, E3 is actually happening right now, and people are hyped as all heck for Doom Eternal. Is that what it's called? I'm not hyped for it, because I really didn't like Doom 2016, and I think I've made a video once explaining my views about New Doom. I mean, it's a great game, but meh. I'm not going to get into it now. Really not. Just, when people ask me about my thoughts about New Doom versus Old Doom, I think I just kind of sound like that old guy. Back in my day, our 3D games weren't entirely 3D, it was more 2D. But we liked it that way, and maps were very open-ended and like Dungeons & Dragon puzzles. Got some hearts there, and a fresh heart right here in case we need it. Good to know. You stay right there, buddy. Alright, word of warning here. If you are playing this game, the Steam insta-kills you. It's not like other games where Steam will just hurt and you have to get out of it. No, Steam will outright murder you. So what we have to do in advance because we have to find these switches to turn them off. Over here is a cool little Easter egg. Again, Blood and Blood 2 are you know, they're like Duke and Shadow Warrior, the other Build Engine games with their references, and here we got a neat reference to Predator. Well, Predator 2 actually. Well, with the skulls and the xenomorph skull there. Again, you gotta be careful. It looks like you can just sneak in here, go straight across, but no. It's impossible to without getting killed. Gotta take out the steam in there too.
No, no, please, no. No, please, no, please, no.
Now, I know it looks like we just walked through steam down here, but we really didn't. It's, it can kind of fake you out, but it's not going across. If I was to go up to it, I might die. I'm not going to do that. But here, we're going to press this switch, and that'll allow us to advance a little further here. I have no idea what the hell's up with that door. Alright, that seems more normal. If I do make it out and I do a chapter 2, I might up the difficulty. Again, this game is supposed to be really hard on medium and hard. Easy mode I read was supposed to be kind of fair, but I'm really having an easy time with here. The enemies are dying very quickly. Now, I don't doubt some cheese moments. For example, I knew about the steam, but if I didn't, I so would have died. Because it looks like you can just run right through it and take some damage, but no. Trust me, you will die. That's why you gotta turn them off. And again, this game is kind of, even when it's working completely properly as it should, it's still, again, in a very unfinished, crude state, so anything could happen. We are supposed to run across this bridge here, but again, steam, so we gotta turn those off. Alright, like I said, this game is pretty crude. He just kind of floated right on over to us. Not sure what's down there, but I'm not going to try. Alright, that was close. I was standing there and I was like, wait, this is, the floor is compressed a bit. Am I underneath the elevator? And I was. If I stayed there, that probably would have killed us. Alright, and those are the 3 dials for the bridge, so we should be able to get across now and continue pursuing Gideon. I mean, I'll be honest, so far this map, or this chapter, seems to have just a lot of padding and a lot of chasing. Also, it started pretty interesting. I did like the streets, and I did like the museum environment, but we went right to a sewer area, and sewers are, yeah, never fun. Lights just went out for a second. Not sure if that'll show, but again, like I said, this game is very crude. It rated really low at the time, if I remember correctly. People were kind of disappointed. And that's a shame, because I do think there's a lot of potential with the Blood franchise and the character of Caleb. Actually, out of Duke and Lo Wang and Caleb, Caleb is easily my favorite of the 3. I'd even say I like Caleb in some ways even more than, no, I'm not going to go that far. I was about to say more than Doom Guy, but I don't know. I don't know if I can go that far. Do I like Caleb more than Ranger, which is the Quake protagonist? I know what you're thinking. You're like, Jag, how can you not like Caleb more than Ranger? Ranger doesn't have any lines. He doesn't talk. There's no personality. At least with Caleb, you get a personality, but yeah, but there's one thing you might be forgetting about Ranger from Quake 1, and that's that he does have a voice. While he doesn't really have lines, he does have a voice, And that voice is Trent freaking Reznor. So, in my mind, it's Trent Reznor. Ranger is Trent Reznor. And that's just so awesome. So I can't... Oh, shit. I gotta watch out for this guy. Yeah, because that happens.
No one wants to play with me.
That's right! Who's laughing now?
Oh, Caleb is awesome. He's just a constant Army of Darkness and Evil Dead references from this guy. By the way, as I'm eating hearts and whatnot, I just want to make it clear the hearts are not a metaphor. Caleb really does eat actual beating hearts. That's what he does. Again, he's kind of a supernatural, undead kind of revenant kind of thing. He was killed like in the 1920s-ish. I say ish because Blood 1 definitely looks like some maps are like from the 1940s or even the 1950s. But Blood 2 says that all that went down in the 1920s, so we'll say 1920s. He died in the 1920s, but here we are in, I think it's 2033 is when this game takes place, Blood 2. But yeah, he is immortal, but he has to eat the life essences of people. I guess they're beating hearts to maintain being alive. So yeah, that's what he does. Kind of like a vampire. There are some vampires that would actually eat flesh actually too, and organs, so I guess he's kind of one of those. I think he's more like a revenant actually, which I guess could do that. The hell's going on there? Alright. The nice thing about this game, even though it was made in the late 90s, monster infighting is definitely something you can still do. So I went in there, got out because I was being shot at, and I just heard the, I don't know what they're called, but there's these, like, these, you saw them earlier, they jump around, they spit acid. I guess they probably got in a fight with the soldiers, and I'm willing to bet the monsters won. Guessing. Let's find out.
Make the hurting stop.
Yep, they did. Alright, we got these containers here of undead viscera in them, and again, I'm just reminded of Return of the Living Dead. So I kind of want to destroy them, but at the same time I kind of don't. Just going to leave it right there. And here we are at the Center for Disease Management. I like that, actually. It's not CDC, not Center for Disease Control, but Center for Disease Management. And again, Cabal Company controls the entire population, so here we go into some Illuminati deep state shit right here, where the Cabal is very likely engineering diseases and using them on the population to control them much easier. So here, I'm going on a shooting spree. There's a bunch of scientists and whatnot, I'm betting. I'm just gonna... Damn right it is. It's howdy doody time. That's right. I'm going all pumped up kicks right here. I'm gonna murder every single... because making diseases to put on innocent people, not cool. So it's on. It is on.
You son of a bitch!
Remember, progress before safety.
Without a spoon.
Yeah, again, I'm just going to go upright Skynet in here. You know, in Terminator 2, where they just waste all the computers. That's what I'm going to do.
You killed by the best.
I like that line earlier. Just heard Caleb say, "Lucky you, killed by the best." I like that.
Dr. Vandervoort, please report to the dissection.
Love American style.
Dr. Coleman to neurology. Dr. Coleman, please report to neurology.
You know what? I'm so pissed off at the idea of, like, people using disease to control the population. I'm gonna fuck up their soda machine, too. Wow! Did not expect it to blow up like that. I'm happy I was standing back, because our game could have ended right there for me doing something stupid. What the hell? What the hell is Cabal Corps engineering in those soda pops to make it explode? Oh no, you're not going anywhere. Alright. Yeah, what the hell are they putting in their soda? I mean, goddamn, I thought Monster was toxic. Oh, I drink a lot of it.
Victims? Aren't we all?
Oh, I love that line. He just quoted The Crow. Victims, aren't we all? Nice.
Dr. Patel, emergency room examination lab 7. Processor shut down. Dr. Vandervoort,
Well,
please
it's
report to
one
the
way to open
dissection.
somebody up.
We have a bleeder in need of
Beauty is
attention.
quick, or fun is my method. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Return of the Living Dead reference too, where they have the cadaver on the table.
No.
Well, half the cadaver on the table and is talking, so we gotta waste that thing. Oh yeah, and you're toast too, buddy. Can't get as hard because we're already at beyond max. We're at 200 plus. I'm not sure if the developers meant for this glass to be bulletproof or not. We can't break it, but we can still shoot through it.
Dr. Patel, emergency room examination lab 7.
Alright, I don't think this is supposed to happen, but we just kind of clipped right through the map. We can kind of see it, so I'm going to keep low so we don't glitch out.
Be advised, we have an intruder on level 3. He's armed and extremely dangerous. Please do not approach this man under any circumstances. In fact, run as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Thank you and have a nice night.
Alright, so this world isn't entirely dystopian. They just said there's an intruder armed and extremely dangerous. They forgot handsome and good looking and charming as well, but they just said if you see him, run as fast as you can in the opposite direction. If this was more dystopian, I would expect something like, if you see him, stay calm and report his presence to security, or stay calm and ask him if he has a Cabalco credit card to use on our new buy one get one cosmetics, or if you see him, try to engage him at your leisure because you can maybe absorb some bullets and give our fine men in uniform an easier time taking them down, something like that. But no, they advise everyone to just run for their safety, which I think is good advice.
Dr. Kohler, report to the front desk. Dr. Kohler, please report to the front desk. Your boyfriend is waiting.
Just about had enough of you.
Access denied. Dr. Coleman to neurology. Dr. Coleman, please report to neurology. Access denied. Force field deactivated.
Remember, progress before safety.
That announcement there is something a little more dystopian. Progress before safety. Yeah.
Force field deactivated. Caller storage retrieval unit. Dr. Kohler, please report to the front desk. Your boyfriend is waiting.
Alright. There's supposed to be a platform I saw. Hopefully it comes back. Maybe. Okay, there it is. Come on. There we go. That's what we want. Now get us out of here.
Dr. Vanderford, who's reporting to you? We have a bleeder in need of attention.
I feel like a piece of meat.
Alright, now we are invisible, but if we get right up to the enemy, they'll see us. But that's okay. They're not going to be able to do much because I'm going to be using my shotgun, just wasting them.
Access denied.
Alright.
You will die as
Report to the front desk. Dr. Kohler, please report to the front desk. Your boyfriend is waiting.
Oh yeah, this song. This is from the mall level and in Blood 1. Familiar jingle. Nice little nod to the original. You know, the developers definitely had their heart, no pun intended, in the right place, I think. It's just that it stinks that the publishers wanted to rush this thing out. Now, I know I was going to go until Chapter 1 without dying, but I've been recording for quite a while now. I'm feeling kind of tired. Probably just going to end it here, and I'll pick up with Part 2, and hopefully the rest of Chapter 1 next time. Thank you all for watching. This is JagTagger93 signing out. You all have a good one.